guys to our YouTube channel. It's your girl Precious.
Yes, and your boy Rogers.
We are the Mawejje
Mawejje
family, and together we are capturing moments, we are creating bonds
and building dreams. Yes, guys, you are welcome to our new YouTube channel. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you like, you comment, you turn on the notification, and you share this video.
Yes, guys. So there's one thing we forgot to mention in our intro video that you saw. If you haven't watched our intro, make sure you go and check it out. We forgot to mention how often are we going to be uploading in this platform. Actually, we're going to try by our best, all means, to be dropping content every single day, from Monday to Saturday. So make sure you turn all your notifications, because we have great and amazing content prepared for you guys. And also in that 1 week, we have one educational video every single week, one only from any random topic, and many other topics that we are going to be receiving from you guys. Any requests you have of the topic you want us to talk about, we'll be happy to talk about that.
Yes, guys, and guess what? Today is going to be interesting, because as you saw in our topic, we are going to talk about how we met. It's going to be interesting and amazing. We say that you watch this video up to the end. And tomorrow is going to be how we met part 2. How we met part 2, and that is where the more soup is. The more soup and the heart
and the gist.
Yes,
I tell you, all the gist of how we ended up in marriage is in part 2.
Oh yes.
So if you watch part 1 today, make sure you don't miss part 2. So yes, guys, we are going to dive into our today's video right away. So actually we started our relationship in February 2021. I remember very well, it was on the 27th, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
27.
it was on the 27th of February when I said yes to
2021.
Yes, when I said yes to this handsome man you're seeing here. After he had cooked me. Ladies who are here, have you ever been put in a position or in a corner where the only way to escape is to say yes? That was my situation. This man cooked me, he fried me, and he roasted me until I said, you know what, it's enough. Let's date now. I said, no, it's enough. Let's just date.
No, my friend. No, let me tell you guys the truth about this. She's the one who started me. She's the one who started all these things. Because it was an evening. I remember on the 27th, still, as she has told you, I was with my phone. I'm always with my phone. So I saw a message popping up, and that message was coming from her. So I opened the message right away, and guess what? The question was a bit personal. I was not used to that kind of question. So the question was leading like, Rogers, I have a personal question. Is it okay to ask? I said yes. She asked, are you married? Now, men who are with me on my side, if a beautiful lady like her comes and asks you, when you are single, you are single, and asks you, are you married? What could be your question? What would be your answer, Lily? You can, I'm sure, guess what my answer was.
Even though, guys, even if I asked you that question, tell people what was your response. Guys, do you know what he responded to me on that question? I was curious. I wanted to know. I asked him, are you married? A simple question like, are you married? Me, I expected yes or no. You see, guess what he asked? He answered me. He said, Precious, no, I was waiting for you. When I read that message, it took me some few minutes trying to digest. Am I seeing very well? Oh, I'm not feeling very well, you know. You know, because one thing about me and him, we had connected already. Because one, we were in the same company, doing the same business, and he was my superior. So there's no way. Actually, I never imagined that I was going to date this man, or we are going to end up even getting married. The reason why I asked him that question is because, you know, I was debating with one of my friends in the same company. He was telling me that Rogers is single. I said, nah, such a man in such a position can't be single. So I have to go and find out myself. Then I decided, you know what, let me ask, Rogers, are you married? And the answer was, no, precious. I was waiting for you.
Yeah, and the guys, that is true. That's the truth of the story. That's how we started our dating. You know, those are the things that we started with. That time I was in Malawi. I was staying with someone, and guess what? Since I had started now dating seriously, I didn't want this person I was staying with to know. So the only way I didn't want to make calls. I didn't want to do anything to let this person know about my relationship, my new relationship that I had started now. So as a wise man, I decided to be texting. So I'm not good at texting, I'm good at calls, I'm good at voice notes, but I learned how to text. The first time I could do, you know, spend a lot of time on texting. Even this guy could see me not sleeping while texting. You know, he could wonder what am I really doing on my phone or with my phone. So it was interesting. That's where I really even learned how to text. So I ended up learning how to text, and this time I could text with the speed when my other partner, this partner of mine, is good. She could text over 10 messages when I'm replying one.
That's a lie. You know what? And the funny part, guys, this gentleman you see here, this husband of mine you see here, after accepting him to be my boyfriend, do you know what he said? Precious, let's keep the relationship low key. Underground, yes, the good word is underground. I will let people know about us when I go back to Uganda. I know ladies who are here who can relate with me. Imagine you just entered into a new relationship. You are so excited about that relationship. If you're someone like, no, maybe you're someone like me, who wants the whole world to know that you're now in a relationship. You even want, you know, your boyfriend to be texting you, putting you on status, see on Facebook. You even want his relatives to be posting you. And the only answer you could give me, or what you could told me was, let's keep this relationship underground. Let's keep this relationship underground. You know, I wasn't happy at all. But given his position, I just said, you know what? Let's continue like that. So we continued like that for like 4 months. Yeah, 4 months. And we were okay. And we even became professional texters. I tell you.
Guys, that is very true. In fact, I was in Malawi, and by that time, I was still going to be in Malawi for the next 4 months. So that's the only way now we could do. But I had promised her that after these 4 months, when I get back to home, we are going to be more free, comfortable to call, video calling, even connect more. But the truth of the matter is, you know, I didn't just want it to go viral as in immediately. Not that I wasn't comfortable so much with the guy to know that I was staying with, but I didn't want it to go that much viral immediately because I wasn't sure if it is really going to last for long. You know, as a person, I'm a traveler. I travel a lot, and this wife of mine was in South Africa. She's a student. She still have a lot of time in school. So I was really asking myself a lot of questions, and I said no, I don't want it to really to boom right away. So I need to keep underground, as you know, as any man, you understand what I'm talking about. So that's how it is. But this wife of mine is so wise because from nowhere she asked me a very brilliant question, and I remember the question, but I'm sure she remembers very well this question. I'm sure you remember the question you asked me. It was a very brilliant. By the way, that was the turn of things. If she didn't ask that question, I'm sure we could be in that without deciding which direction are we going to take. But she was ready to give the direction, and she asked me this question. Just remind us, what question, Lily, did you ask? I'm sure I remember very well.
What question was that? Oh, yeah, guys, I remember the question very well. I remember what I asked him. And I'm going to give advice to ladies who are here. Maybe you are still single, you're not yet married, you are in a relationship. It's good. Ask your man, where are you seeing us going, really? Like, or even asking him, when do you think when are you going to be ready to settle down? You have to ask such question, because one thing about me, I didn't want someone who was going to waste my time, because I was growing, and from experience I wanted someone who was ready to settle down, and someone who was ready to be in a relationship. So I had to ask him that question. I asked him, really, when are you ready? When are you seeing yourself ready? Or when are you seeing us ready to settle down? But one thing I know, I'm sure he wasn't prepared for that question. I know a lot of men hate to be asked those questions. When are we getting married? You even start talking about the name of the kids. So I had to ask him, really. I had to ask him because I wanted something very serious. I needed a serious relationship. So I asked him, but he wasn't ready, really. He answered me with another question. He said, for you, when are you seeing yourself ready? So I just told him, since I'm still studying, once I'm finished, I'll be ready for marriage. So he just answered me as well, saying, then we'll start from there. So yeah, that.
Tell you guys, that question really caught me by surprise, but it was really a setup. Like, it set me very well, and she didn't end up there. She went ahead and asked me if I finished, because she told me she was to finish in 2022 November. That is like 2 years ahead. So she went ahead to tell me, or to ask me that when I get married, when I get when I finish, when are you coming to Zimbabwe to pay lobola? By the way, lobola is just the bride price that you pay in Zimbabwe to give you such a beautiful wife. So she asked me that question, and that was a setup, lady. She set up a set of questions that directs me very well to where she wants me to be. So I answered her very well that when you finish, I'll be ready to come. But for you, when do you want me to come? She told me that I've spent times without seeing my parents, at least 3 months. If I can be with my parents 3 months, it will be okay for me. So yeah, we set up a month, and I'm sure that was March. That was March of 2023. Okay, 2023. So that was a setup, and for those of you who are there, mostly ladies, it's very important to set up a set of questions that directs your man to where you want them to be. Because if she didn't direct me very well, I was still here and there in corners. You understand what I'm saying? So very important, and if set up very wise questions and ask them when they are already in the mood of listening to you and answering you correctly, because there you have them. She had me.
Yes, that's true, guys. I had to ask such questions, you know. I just didn't want someone who was gonna waste my time, and you know, and the relationship just ends like that. So we continued our relationship on texts. Actually, it ended up becoming so much interesting. I never knew that you can actually express emotions on texts. You know, you can actually, you know, the relationship was still new. We were fresh. And you know, there's a term that people use these days. The relationship was still hot like a heater. Yeah. So we continued like that. It was until June. Yes, in June, he decided to leave Malawi and go to Uganda. So from there, we started video calling, and even connecting more.
Yeah.
And I remember, I remember very well, where I was staying on campus. I had some neighbors. You know, I used to hear them laugh all the time. Around the time I used to video call with my boyfriend, with my husband, because we had a specific time around from 10, between 10 to 12, anytime there we could video call. So those guys, I could hear them every time laughing. I was like, are they watching something every time I'm video calling my boyfriend or what? Then I later on discovered that these guys, they were hearing everything, because I have one thing about me, I'm very loud speaker. I tell you, I try to tune my voice, but sometimes it's impossible. So those who know me, they know I'm a very loud person. So they were hearing everything. Actually, even the kisses of long distance relationships. Those who are in long distance relationships, say hallelujah in the
Hallelujah.
Those who are in long distance relationship, you know. Those guys, my neighbors, were hearing all the kisses of long distance people. So they were laughing all the time. You know, then that's when I discovered, oh my God, these guys were hearing me all the time. But you know what? It was actually amazing. We continued, and one thing I loved about my husband, he wasn't insecure at all. He wasn't insecure at all. I remember I even used to tell him about the events on campus. If there is the bash, maybe there is a birthday party, I'll tell him I'm going to a party. So he could tell me, you know what, go and enjoy your day. If you don't make it in time for our video call, we'll do it tomorrow. I loved that he trusted me, and I loved that I trusted him as well, even if we don't even meet physically. That's what actually loved the most, what I loved the most. So now I was about to finish my honors degree, and I was about to return to Zimbabwe. Then I realized, guys, that I have never met this man physically, really. So I made a decision, you know what, I have to go and visit this guy. Because I knew once I go to Zimbabwe, he was going to come on our agreed time in March to pay Lobola, or the bride price. Before even meeting him, I said, no, I have to go and confirm really where he stays. What if he's sleeping under a tree? Or what if he's sleeping in the bush? He comes to pay Lobola, I come back with him, we go under a tree together. I wasn't prepared for that. So I made a decision that I'm going to visit him, see where he stays, meet some of his relatives before he comes to what? To Zimbabwe. Little did I know, guys, what I met there shocked me. Guys, after landing in Uganda, after arriving there, I got the shock of my life ever. So guys, we decided to end our video here of how we met part 1. Make sure tomorrow you watch how we met part 2 and you see the shock I got, the shock of my life I got after landing in Uganda for the first time. I was coming to see where really this guy stays before he comes to Zimbabwe. So I got the shock of my life. So make sure tomorrow you watch how we met part 2.
Yes guys, that's what we had for you in part 1. So don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, share the video, like it. Guys, we really need your love. Thank you so much. Meet you on part 2.
Thank you so much guys. Meet you in part 2. We love you.